Iran crisis. Tehran savages Washington's blackmail attempt as conflict chaos looms. Iran has hit back at the US following Washington's attempt to blackmail sailors in exchange for information on the Islamic Republic. The situation between the US and Iran has failed to improve recently following a brief period where conflict looked close to breaking out. Recently, the Financial Times published a report which stated that Donald Trump's administration had offered money to sailors in exchange for their information on Iran. Quickly following the release of the report, Iran's Foreign Minister Mohammad Zarif ridiculed the US for the move. In a devastating statement, Mr. Zarif labeled the move as an attempt to blackmail the sailors after already failing at piracy. The statement read, "Having failed at piracy, the US resorts to outright blackmail, deliver us Iran's oil and receive several millions of dollars, or be sanctioned yourself." Sounds very familiar to the Oval Office invitation I received a few weeks back. Mr. Zarif's response was in reference to an email from US envoy to Iran, Brian Hook. Within the email, Mr. Hook allegedly stated that there was good news for the captain of the now released Iranian oil tanker, Adrian Daria 1. Known as Grace 1, the tanker was offered a large sum of cash in exchange for the captain taking the ship to port where it could be seized. Mr. Hook's email allegedly said, "With this money you can have any life you want and be well off in old age. If you choose not to take this easy path, life will be much harder for you." In the wake of that apparent offer, the US rolled out sanctions on the tanker. Washington has also instituted a raft of sanctions on Iran since its withdrawal from the 2015 nuclear deal. The nuclear deal was signed by US, Iran, China, and the EU, France, Germany, Russia, and the UK. Under the deal, Iran agreed to limit its proliferation of uranium, but with Washington's withdrawal, Tehran has begun to increase its production of low-enriched uranium. Moreover, Tehran has also warned the world powers that they would face extraordinary consequences if they didn't resent the terms of the original 2015 deal. With Islamic Republic suffering from US sanctions, the economy has been slashed by 80%. French President Emmanuel Macron had tried to ease tensions by offering the idea of offering Iran around 15 billion US dollars, 12.25 million pounds in credit lines. President Hassan Rouhani, meanwhile, has given Europe a 2-month deadline to find a solution, or it will begin to once again its increased levels of uranium. Rouhani told the country's state television the third step is of course an important nature and will considerably accelerate the activities of the country's nuclear energy organization. This step is the most important one we'll take, and its impact will be extraordinary. Europe has another 2 months deadline for negotiations and agreement and a return to its commitments. While France has offered a line of credit to offset the consequences of US sanctions on Iran, both the Islamic Republic and the UK remain in deadlock over the seizure of Stena Impero. The British-flagged supertanker was captured last month and has remained under Iranian control ever since.